Virgo, listen carefully. September 27th is not a normal day. 3 hidden cosmic warnings are aligning, and if you ignore them, your destiny could collapse right before your eyes. This moment isn't about chance or random luck. It's about survival. It's about whether you step into the life you were born to live, or stay trapped in the same cycle of struggle until 2033. On this day, the energy shifts sharply. Doors that have been locked for years will suddenly open, but only for those who are awake enough to see the signs. For others, the same day could mark the beginning of a deep spiritual setback. Virgo, this isn't ordinary. This is a divine checkpoint, a test of strength, faith, and vision. And inside these warnings is something hidden, a miracle waiting for those brave enough to claim it. The universe is speaking through storms, through shadows, through mirrors. It is asking one question. Will you listen? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I will reveal why September 27th could be the most important turning point of your entire destiny. Virgo, the first cosmic warning for September 27th comes as a storm. Not always a storm you can see in the sky, but a storm that strikes inside your daily life. You may notice sudden chaos, strange interruptions, unexpected messages, arguments that appear out of nowhere, plans that collapse at the last minute, something breaking, something getting delayed, something forcing you to pause. At first, it may feel like bad luck. You might think, why is everything going wrong at the worst possible time? But listen carefully. This is not ordinary misfortune. This is a signal, a divine disruption meant to break old energy that has kept you trapped. Because Virgo, when the universe wants to shift your path, it doesn't always whisper gently. Sometimes it shakes everything around you. Sometimes it allows things to fall apart, so you will finally see what was never stable to begin with. On September 27th, this energy will be impossible to ignore. You may wake up to a text that changes your entire mood. You may argue with someone you thought was unshakable. You may see your schedule collapse into confusion. It will feel unfair. It will feel heavy. And yet, it is precise. This chaos is not a punishment. It's a test. The universe is asking, when pressure comes, will you collapse or will you rise? Here's the twist. The storm is actually clearing the field. It is removing what cannot grow with you. It is exposing what has been false stability. It is shaking the weak branches so the true roots can strengthen. Virgo, this is why the disruption feels so personal, because it is targeting the very area of your life that you've been holding on to with fear. That job you've outgrown, that relationship that drains you, that habit that steals your energy, that comfort zone that is no longer safe. This is the cosmic storm, and if you only see it as bad luck, you will miss the miracle hidden inside it. Now imagine this. You're standing in a room filled with old furniture, broken objects, and dust. You want a new life, but there's no space. The universe comes and knocks everything over. It feels violent, unfair, destructive. But when the dust clears, you suddenly realize there's finally room for something new. That's what September 27th is bringing. Virgo, I know you crave order. You want peace, clarity, and control. But destiny is forged in disruption. Miracles are born in storms. Think back. The greatest shifts in your life didn't come in times of comfort. They came when something forced you to change, when something broke and you had to rebuild stronger. That pattern is repeating again now. And here's where your choice matters. If you collapse under the storm, if you drown in the chaos, September 27th will mark the beginning of 8 long years of frustration. But if you stand firm, if you declare your strength, this same storm will become the very reason your destiny opens. So I ask you, Virgo, when the storm comes, what will you do? You must declare it, Speak it, write it, prove it. The universe is watching your response. Say it now. I choose to rise, not collapse. Say it with your whole spirit. Say it again until your fear begins to crack. This storm is not against you. It is for you. It is stripping away false paths so the true one can finally appear. And here's the deeper secret. The bigger the chaos you face on this day, the bigger the miracle waiting on the other side. The size of your disruption is equal to the size of your destiny. So if you feel like everything is breaking, don't curse it. Don't run from it. Realize that the universe is trusting you with a greater future. Virgo, destiny is not quiet. Destiny is loud. It shakes. It demands. It storms. And in that storm, you will find your authority. You will realize you are not as fragile as you once believed. You are not meant to collapse under pressure. You are meant to command the storm, to stand in the lightning and say, I will not break. On September 27th, this is the exact moment you must rise. This is the first warning, the first gate, the first sign that your destiny is shifting. So when everything around you starts to fall apart, remember this message. Don't panic, don't beg, don't fear. Breathe and know the storm is clearing your path. Virgo, you were born for order, but destiny sometimes comes through chaos, and the storm of disruption is not your ending. It is the cracking open of your beginning, Virgo. The second cosmic warning of September 27th comes wrapped in shadow, the shadow of betrayal. Someone close to you may suddenly reveal their true face. A friend you trusted, a partner you leaned on, a colleague you thought was loyal. They may say something sharp, do something unexpected, or simply disappear when you need them most. It will feel like a knife. It will feel like the ground pulled out from under your feet. You may ask yourself, why would they do this to me? What did I do to deserve this? But listen carefully. This betrayal is not random. It is not a cruel accident. It is the universe showing you the truth. Truth you may have refused to see. For too long, Virgo, you've carried people who secretly envy you. You've trusted those who smile to your face but doubt you behind closed doors. You've poured your energy into connections that were never built to last. And now, on this day, the mask comes off. But here's the twist. This betrayal is actually protection. The universe is not trying to hurt you. It is trying to save you. It is removing false people before your destiny opens. Because what is ahead of you is too big, too sacred, too powerful for enemies to travel along with you. Virgo, sometimes the greatest blessing is exposure. To see clearly who is for you and who is not. Yes, it will sting. Yes, it will make you question your judgment. But without this revelation, you would continue walking into your future, chained to hidden snakes. This is why the betrayal is necessary, because your destiny cannot hold the weight of false alliances. Think of it like this. You're climbing a mountain. You want to reach the peak. But the rope you're using has weak strands woven in. At first it seems strong, but when pressure builds, those weak strands begin to snap. That's betrayal. Painful, but protective. Because better the rope snaps halfway than at the peak. Virgo, don't see betrayal as failure. See it as revelation. The universe is simply saying, look, this is the chain that kept you stuck. Now it is time to break it. And here's the prophecy. On or around September 27th, you will see a sign of this betrayal. It may be words said in anger. It may be silence when you expected support. It may be an action that reveals their true loyalty. And if you miss it, if you look away, if you pretend it didn't happen, then you will carry that snake into your future. That ignorance will be deadly to your destiny. So pay attention, watch with open eyes, Listen with spiritual ears. The mask is falling. Now, Virgo, I ask you to take authority. Declare this with power. My enemies will expose themselves. Say it. Say it again. Repeat it until your spirit feels the release. Because the more you declare it, the faster the masks will fall. You are not weak because you were betrayed. You are chosen because the truth was revealed to you. The chosen are always tested by betrayal before their breakthrough. Remember, even the brightest souls in history were betrayed. Prophets, leaders, visionaries, their enemies were always revealed before their greatest destiny moments. And so it is with you. Do not fear the shadow, Virgo. Do not fear the sting of betrayal. Fear only silence. Fear only blindness. Because if you pretend not to see, you will keep walking in chains. But if you open your eyes, if you embrace the truth, then this betrayal becomes your protection. It becomes your shield. It becomes the reason you step into the next season with clarity and strength. Virgo, on September 27th, the shadow of betrayal will show itself. Will you be ready? Will you notice? Will you accept that the ones you lose are not your loss, but your freedom? This is your second warning. The chains are being revealed. Now it's up to you whether you break them or cling to them. Virgo, the third cosmic warning of September 27th is the most personal of all. It is the mirror of destiny. On this day, the universe will place you in front of a mirror moment. For some, it will show up in finances. For others, in love. And for some, it will reveal itself through health or the body. But no matter where it appears, the mirror carries the same message. Look closely at what is broken and see what is ready to be reborn. At first, this mirror will feel uncomfortable. It may sting. You may see something you've avoided for years. That debt you've been pretending doesn't exist. That relationship you know is one-sided. That exhaustion in your body that you've been ignoring. The mirror doesn't lie. The mirror doesn't flatter. The mirror reveals. And here's the twist. The mirror is not about your past. It is about your future. This is not a replay of old mistakes. This is the universe asking, will you finally claim the future that is waiting for you? Virgo, you cannot fix what you refuse to face. You cannot heal what you pretend is fine. And you cannot step into your destiny while looking away from your truth. September 27th will make it impossible to hide any longer. The mirror will show both sides, the wound and the promise, the chain and the crown, the weakness and the strength. And in that moment, you must decide which reflection you will believe. If you only see the broken part, you will collapse into despair. You will say, "This is who I am, and I cannot change." And if you do that, the cycle will continue until 2033. Yes, 10 more years of the same repeated mistakes, the same disappointments, the same limitations. But if you dare to look deeper, if you dare to see beyond the cracks, then you will notice something extraordinary. You will notice the part of the reflection that is glowing, the part that is ready to rise, the part that is whispering, "This is who you could be if you claim your future." That is the real power of the mirror. Not to shame you for your scars, but to show you that your scars are proof of survival, proof that you are still here, proof that you have the strength to rise again. Virgo, the mirror does not ask for perfection, it asks for honesty, and honesty is the gateway to destiny. So when the mirror comes on September 27th, do not run, do not hide, stand tall and face it. Speak to it, declare into it, "I accept the truth of my mirror." Don't whisper it once, say it boldly 3 times. Because the universe only responds to repetition, to the echo of conviction. When you declare it, the reflection begins to shift. The broken edges start to dissolve. The light grows stronger. And suddenly, what once looked like weakness now looks like the birthplace of strength. Virgo, This is why the mirror is sacred. It does not come to destroy you. It comes to transform you. Think of a diamond. Before it shines, it is hidden in dark rock, unrecognizable. Only when pressure and cutting shape it does the diamond reveal its brilliance. The mirror is that cut. The mirror is that moment of clarity. And yes, it will hurt to see yourself honestly. But without the mirror, you would never discover the diamond within. So I tell you, with prophecy, on September 27th, the mirror will appear. It will test you. It will strip away illusions. It will demand honesty. And you have two choices. You can turn away, remain blind, and repeat the same mistakes for the next decade. Or you can face it, accept it, and step boldly into the rebirth waiting for you. The universe is not asking you to be perfect, Virgo. It is asking you to be real. So when the mirror comes, don't run, don't fear, don't deny. Stand in front of it and say, I accept the truth of my mirror. Say it once for your past, say it again for your present, and say it a third time for your future. That declaration unlocks the destiny waiting behind the reflection. Virgo, the mirror of destiny is not your enemy. It is your invitation. Will you accept it? Virgo, the fourth cosmic warning is also the greatest promise. It is the prophecy of fire and breakthrough. Around September 27th, the cosmic fire is ignited. Mars energy collides with the Virgo portal, and when these two forces unite, the result is explosive. It's like a lightning strike tearing open the sky, a sudden flash that changes everything in an instant. This energy will not arrive quietly. It comes with urgency, pressure, and force, and it carries one thing only: opportunity. For some Virgos, this fire will bring a sudden opening in money, a chance to step into abundance, a door that has been locked for years, suddenly swinging wide. For others, this fire will spark love, an unexpected connection, a new beginning, or the revival of something you thought was lost. And for others still, it will manifest as a deep personal breakthrough, a release from chains that have held you back far too long. The power of this prophecy is that it does not wait. It does not linger. It does not ask politely. It comes, it flares, and then it vanishes. But here's the twist. If you hesitate, if you doubt, if you sit back in fear or second-guessing, the window slams shut. And when it closes, it doesn't reopen quickly. In fact, it won't open again for 8 years. 8 years of waiting. 8 years of wondering, what if I had acted when the fire came? Virgo, destiny is not patient. When the fire arrives, you must move, you must act, you must claim. Think of it like a shooting star streaking across the night sky. Blink and you miss it. But if you catch it, if you make your wish in that instant, the universe bends toward your destiny. This is the energy you will feel around September 27th. A sudden opening, a sudden surge, a moment that feels larger than life, charged with fire. But the question is, will you freeze or will you leap? Virgo, you are careful by nature. You analyze, you measure, you plan. But fire does not wait for analysis. Fire demands faith. This is not the time to hesitate. This is the time to act boldly, even if your hands shake. The universe is watching who claims this moment and who ignores it. This is not optional. This is not casual. This is a spiritual checkpoint written into your destiny. So I ask you now to declare it. Say it with fire in your spirit. I claim my breakthrough. Say it once for your heart. Say it again for your future. And then seal it by declaring it a second time, as if you are writing it into the fabric of the universe. And when you do, imagine flames surrounding your words. Imagine the fire of Mars igniting your destiny. Because Virgo, this is not symbolic, this is real. The fire will burn away hesitation. The fire will expose excuses. The fire will test your faith. But for those who dare to step forward, the fire will also open doors that cannot be shut. I see it like this. A locked vault suddenly clicks open. Inside is the treasure you've been waiting for. Wealth, love, freedom, health, destiny. But the vault only stays open for a short time. If you don't walk through, it slams shut, and you are left outside wondering why you didn't move when you had the chance. That is the nature of this breakthrough. It is not endless, it is urgent. Virgo, this is why I tell you with passion, do not ignore this fire. Do not underestimate it. This could be the turning point of your entire life. You may feel a sudden call to apply for something, to speak up, to send a message, to take a risk, to step into an opportunity that scares you. That is the fire. That is your cue. That is the universe saying, now or never. And you will feel it in your spirit, a heat in your chest, a pressure in your thoughts, a sense that something big is about to shift. Don't silence that feeling. Don't bury it. Honor it. Move with it. Because Virgo, this is not just about you. This is about your legacy. This is about your future. This is about breaking free from cycles that have held your bloodline, your family, your spirit for generations. The fire comes to burn down what enslaved you and to ignite the new path you were always meant to walk. So when it comes, do not run from the flames. Walk into them. Let them refine you. Let them ignite you. Let them carry you into your breakthrough. This is your prophecy of fire. This is your moment of destiny. Claim it. Speak it. Live it. For if you hesitate, you will not see this opening again until 2033. And by then, the cost will be far greater. Virgo, I ask you now, will you ignore the fire, or will you rise within it? Virgo, we have now reached the most dangerous and defining moment of September 27th. This is the choice point. The universe is not playing games anymore. The signs have been given. The warnings have been spoken. Now, it all comes down to one thing: which path you choose. On that day, you will feel it deep in your spirit, almost like a pressure in your chest, a tightening in your mind, a weight you cannot explain. It will not be ordinary stress. It will be a cosmic test. And here's the truth. This test will separate those who rise with the crown of destiny from those who remain bound in chains until 2033. The universe is not asking politely. It is demanding a decision. Imagine two paths before you. On the left, the chains of the past. Fear, doubt, betrayal, delay. Every failure that once held you down. These chains feel heavy, but they also feel familiar. And that's the trap, because the familiar often feels safe, even when it is deadly. On the right, the crown of breakthrough, authority, victory, freedom, a chance to walk into a life you once thought was impossible. But here's the danger. This crown is not automatically placed on your head. You must claim it, declare it, speak it. And Virgo, here's the twist. The universe does not reward silence. If you remain passive, if you keep quiet, the crown will pass you by. You cannot just hope your destiny unfolds. You must choose it out loud. Let me paint it more clearly. On September 27th, something will happen that forces you into this decision. It may be a confrontation, a shocking piece of news, or a sudden opportunity. In that moment, the spiritual pressure will be so strong, you will feel as if two invisible forces are pulling at you. One will whisper, "Stay where you are, don't risk it, keep the chains." The other will roar, "Stand up, take the crown, step into your authority." Virgo, you cannot serve both voices. You cannot wear chains and a crown at the same time. The choice is final, and the consequences stretch for 8 years. Here's the truth no one else will tell you. If you cling to the chains, You will repeat the same cycles until 2033. Same betrayals, same financial struggles, same silent regrets at night. The chains may feel heavy, but if you do not break them, they become your prison. But if you reach for the crown, everything shifts. The betrayal becomes irrelevant. The mirror becomes your guide. The fire becomes your fuel. Suddenly, doors that were locked swing open. Suddenly, opportunities appear where there were none. Suddenly, your authority is restored. The question is not whether the crown exists. The question is whether you are bold enough to claim it. Virgo, listen closely. September 27th is not about survival anymore. It's about sovereignty. You are being asked to step out of survival mode and into rulership. The chains are survival, just getting by, just holding on. The crown is rulership, commanding your destiny, walking with confidence, standing as the chosen one the universe designed you to be. But here's the twist. The crown is invisible to the passive. Only those who speak it into existence will see it manifest. That's why you cannot just nod in silence right now. You must declare it. So Virgo, I ask you, will you stay in chains or will you take your crown? Say it with me right now. I choose the crown, not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row. Each time you write it, you break another chain. Each time you declare it, you step closer to wearing the crown. And when you finish, scroll back up and like your own declaration. Why? Because that action becomes a ritual. It signals to the universe that you not only spoke your destiny, you sealed it. Do not underestimate this. Small actions in the physical realm carry massive weight in the spiritual realm. Virgo, let me take you deeper into the prophecy. The chains represent 3 tests. Fear of loss, the fear that if you let go, you'll end up with nothing. Fear of betrayal, the fear that if you trust again, you'll be hurt again. Fear of failure, the fear that if you try, you will not succeed. If you feed these fears, the chains tighten. But the crown represents 3 powers: authority over fear, freedom from betrayal, victory over failure. On September 27th, the cosmic fire burns hot enough to melt those chains, but only if you step into the flame without fear. Let me leave you with this chilling truth. Most people will choose chains because chains feel safer, but those who choose the crown will rewrite their bloodline, shift their destiny, and awaken miracles that ripple for generations. Virgo, you are not here to live safe. You are here to live chosen. So decide now. Speak it now. Seal it now. Say it one more time. I choose the crown. This is your test. This is your prophecy. This is your path. If you hesitate, the crown disappears and the chains remain. But if you declare, the crown will be placed and the chains will shatter. September 27th is not waiting for you to be ready. It is demanding you to be decisive. The universe is watching. So, Virgo, which will it be? Virgo, this is it. The final prophecy. September 27th is not an ordinary day, not just another date you can scroll past or ignore. It is a prophecy date, marked in the stars, written in the heavens, and echoing through your spirit right now. Think of everything you've just heard: the storm of disruption, the shadow of betrayal, the mirror of destiny, 3 cosmic warnings, 3 doors, 3 tests. Each one has been placed in your path not to punish you, but to position you, to push you toward the breakthrough that has been waiting for years. But here's the chilling reality. Only those who respond, who declare, who rise with fire in their voice will claim the promise. The universe has drawn the line. This is no longer about watching or listening. This is about choosing. So I ask you, Virgo, will you collapse under the storm, or will you rise above it? Will you let betrayal poison your heart? or will you recognize it as divine protection? Will you fear the mirror, or will you face it with courage, knowing it reflects your crown? This is the choice of chains or crown, and silence is no choice at all. Listen carefully. This is not just storytelling, it's prophecy. On September 27th, the spiritual veil will be thin. Every word you speak, every declaration you release will echo louder than usual. The heavens will record it. The universe will respond to it. That's why you cannot just comment once and walk away. No, you must flood this space with fire. Virgo, I'm calling you to declare your destiny, not one time, not 2 times, but 10 times. Yes, 10. Why? Because repetition is power. The more you write it, the more it engraves itself into your spirit. The more you declare it, the more authority it carries in the unseen. 10 is completion. 10 is divine order. 10 is your seal of destiny. So do it now. Comment, I choose the crown. I rise above the storm. I claim my breakthrough. Don't just whisper it in your mind. Write it boldly. Write it with fire. Write it so that every chain, every enemy, every shadow sees it and trembles. Fill this video with Virgo fire until the comment section itself becomes a storm of prophecy. Until anyone who scrolls through feels the weight of destiny pouring out of your words. And here's the twist. The universe is not only watching who listens, it is watching who declares. The ones who stay silent, they vanish into the background. Their destiny remains unclaimed. Their crown gathers dust. Their chains grow tighter. But the ones who speak, the ones who declare, the ones who repeat it with unshakable boldness, those are the ones chosen to rise. Those are the ones the universe crowns. So Virgo, which one will you be? Let me remind you again of the prophecy. If you collapse in the storm, you stay bound until 2033. If you run from betrayal, you'll miss the protection hidden within it. If you avoid the mirror, you repeat the same mistakes for the next 8 years. But if you declare your crown, if you rise above the storm, if you claim your breakthrough, then September 27th becomes your day of destiny. A new chapter, a divine reversal, a moment when heaven and earth align to crown you with victory. So this is your final instruction. Drop your storm of comments, not later, not tomorrow, now, 10 times. Declare it until your spirit shakes. Declare it until the chains break. Declare it until the crown is placed. The prophecy is spoken. The fire is lit. The universe is waiting. Virgo, the choice is yours. Will you stay chained, or will you take the crown? The destiny is yours. The heavens are watching. Choose wisely. Declare boldly. Rise fearlessly. Because September 27th will not wait for your hesitation. It will only respond to your declaration. Virgo, the prophecy is complete. Now, what will you choose?